Alright guys, so sorry for being late on this video. I didn't want to put it out because I wasn't actually able to watch the entire game yesterday. I was at Busch Gardens and I just wasn't able to get, the time in to be able to watch it. The service to the park was bad and I was just trying to, pay as much attention as I could while also not ignoring everybody around me because it was a pretty big thing, but we lost to the Giants yesterday. I wanted to make sure that I was able to watch the entire game back. That way I was able to accurately talk about what needs to be talked about. I know I said videos were going to be coming back this week, but I did not expect to go out of town. They'll be back this week for sure. Sorry for being absent, guys. I really apologize, but I'm back, and we have a lot of shit to talk about because this game is a game that we should not have lost. There is no reason that the New Orleans Saints should be 2-2 right now. Like, absolutely no reason. This should have been a win. There's literally not a single reason I can come up with as to why we should have lost this game. I mean, we dominated the time of possession. What was it? It was 37 minutes and 31 seconds for us and 27 minutes and 35 seconds for the Giants. In what world do you win the time of possession battle by 10 minutes and still manage to lose the game? This game was a big game, a huge blemish on Sean Payton for this season, a huge blemish on the Saints defense this season, namely Paulson Adebo and Marshawn Lattimore, who both got baked like oven-roasted turkeys yesterday. It was really bad. Cameron Jordan was absent for the back half of the game. The defensive line wasn't getting pressure. Daniel Jones carved us up. There's so much shit we got to talk about. But yeah, let's start off with the score. The New Orleans Saints lost 27-21 to the New York Giants. And I know a lot of you are probably like, what? How is this game on Sean Payton? But a lot of you guys also probably really understand why a lot of this game is on Sean Payton. The New Orleans Saints were up 21-10 in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left and possession of the ball. How in the hell do you play so conservatively in that stance that you end up giving the ball back? Like, it just blows my mind. 7 minutes left, up 11 points, and you manage to allow the Giants to come back, put the game, send it to overtime, and then lose in overtime. Like, it's one of the biggest missed opportunities. There were so many instances where we went down into the Giants' territory and couldn't do anything. We didn't score because there were bad decisions being made. Literal bad decisions being made. Sean Payton put us in so many horrible situations, and it just can't be left unsaid. Like, it really can't. He deserves a lot of the blame for this loss because this was a terribly coached game from Sean Payton. He was extremely outcoached by Joe Judge, and it was very, very, very obvious. Very obvious. He doesn't get outcoached often, but he did yesterday. There were a lot of just wasted timeouts, bad play calls, bad decision-making. That 58-yard field goal attempt on 4th and 3 by Aldrick Rosas, what the hell? He's garbage. Have you not figured that out from the previous 3 weeks? He's been shanking all of these field goals. And you trust him with a 58-yarder? Oh, my God. Just roll the dice and go for it. Your offense is high-powered, but the offense should be a lot more high-powered than it is. But guess what, guys? Jameis Winston's still on a leash, and it's very obvious. Why are we playing this conservative? I understand Alvin Kamara is a fantastic running back. He had 26 carries for 120 yards yesterday. Amazing. But Jameis Winston can cook. Why are you not letting him? Why are we not Jameis Winston needs to be allowed to take control of this offense. He has a cannon. He's extremely accurate. He's played great for the past few weeks. He has been fantastic. He had the best game of the season for Jameis Winston this year. He went 17 for 23, 226 yards, and 1 touchdown. Why? Well, what do we have to do to get Jameis Winston to have 30 pass attempts in a game? What do we need to do? It's not about being pretty, but it's about winning games. If we really wanted to win this game, we definitely could have. We really should have. There is no reason we should have lost, and it starts with Sean Payton. That was a horribly coached game by him. I don't care what I literally do not care what anybody says. I don't understand why he's acting like Jameis Winston is Teddy Bridgewater, because that's not how this is. Jameis Winston is not Teddy Bridgewater. We don't need to rely on only the defense and only the run game to win football games. Jameis Winston is a strength. Stop acting like you don't trust him. Stop acting like he doesn't have it. Stop acting like he can't lead this offense because he can. And it's really starting to frustrate me. I understand, we might not have the best receivers, but Kenny Stills proved that he's more than capable. even though Adam Troutman is one of the worst tight ends I've ever seen and messed that play up. Deontay Harris is fantastic. Oh, but you just, go ahead and put Taysom Hill in, let him throw a duck and get picked up. He's, oh my God, it's so hard to talk about because it pisses me off. Sean Payton threw this game down the drain. I literally don't care what anybody says. But Alvin Kamara played fantastic. Marquez Callaway had a really sneaky good game before getting hurt. He had that really nice 50-yard reception by Jameis Winston. Whenever you let him throw the ball, he seems to do shit like that. Maybe Sean Payton will take notice at some point. But the offense, they put up 21 points. I mean, Taysom Hill put up 14 of those, 2 rushing touchdowns by him. And Juwan Johnson had a receiving touchdown. But the other main thing that lost us this game, besides the coaching staff, a.k.a. Sean Payton, was the defense. Why did Daniel Jones throw for 428 yards? Why did Daniel Jones throw for 428 yards? I don't understand. But, I mean, it is what it is. 428 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. Saquon Barkley had a good game on the ground, 13 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown. We really need to address the cornerback 2 situation. I don't know if Paulson Adebo is just showing to be better than Bradley Roby at practice or what, but he was getting picked on all day yesterday. Literally all day yesterday. He allowed that ginormous touchdown to John Ross, which was sickening to watch. And then just the whole last drive in overtime, it was all on him. The whole last drive leading down the field to tie the game, it was all on Paulson Adebo. He was getting targeted. Nobody was helping him. Literally, we need to figure that out. I don't know if Paulson Adebo just needs to develop more. He had a pretty good first 3 games, but it was very obvious he was the weak link in the secondary yesterday. I don't know if a switch up there is coming with Bradley Roby or what, but yeah. Marshawn Lattimore didn't have a great game either. I mean, Kenny Golladay had 6 receptions for 116 yards. Kadarius Toney was another good wide receiver for the New York Giants. He had 6 receptions for 78 yards. I mean, they didn't even have Sterling Shepard or Darius Slayton, so Lord knows what would have happened if they did, because Daniel Jones was inching towards 500 yards, and it just was an absolute mind boggle as to how the Saints were just getting so blasted on the defensive side of the ball. It's one of those hot and cold things that just tend to come and go as the Saints go through a season, progress through a season. They're really good in some aspects, and then they're really not good in those aspects and good in other aspects. It's so weird. But there's a lot we have to fix. It all starts at the top of the helm. Sean Payton needs to put more trust in Jameis Winston, and I'm going to leave it at that. There is no reason he should still be on training wheels going into the 5th week of the season. There's no reason the New Orleans Saints should have been up 11 points with 7 minutes in the 4th quarter and possession of the ball and lose the game. Absolutely no reason, and there's nothing you can say to change my mind about that. Horribly coached game. Sean Payton, get some guts and trust your damn quarterback because he's worthy, and he has proven that. I don't know what else he needs to do. Jameis Winston has actually been really wildly efficient this season, and I know a lot of that has to do with the fact that Sean Payton has been putting him in these situations to not make mistakes, but he's also proved himself that he's not going to make these mistakes on his own. He's taken control of the offense when he's given that ability. He has 613 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions with a 106.4 quarterback rating on the year. His worst game was against the Carolina Panthers with a 26.9 quarterback rating, but he had a 119.1 versus the Giants, a 110.8 versus the Patriots, and a 130.8 versus the Green Bay Packers. So I really don't know what else he needs to prove to get more trust to lead this offense. But let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios. Damn, pissed me off.